You're a Shakespeare scholar, perhaps the world's leading Shakespeare scholar, and author of one of my favorite books, actually, Will in the World, which came out a number of years ago. A fascinating read. I have to ask you about the new movie that's out, Anonymous, the Roland Emmerich book, which I'm sure you're familiar with, which makes the case that obviously Shakespeare didn't write Shakespeare's plays.
I'm familiar, certainly, with the subject of the movie. I confess I haven't seen it.
But this is a long-running sort of conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it is. Well, not so long-running, but since the 19th century. So Shakespeare dies in the early 17th century, and there's a long period of time during his lifetime and for centuries afterwards in which no one had any doubt. And then starting in the 19th century, a namesake of Francis Bacon says, yes, my namesake Francis Bacon must have written the plays. And so this peculiar idea gets rolling.
For those who've seen the movie, anything to it?
Well, I haven't seen it.
Not the movie in particular, but the theory.
You're asking for someone on the other side. You're asking someone on the other side of the fence. I think there's absolutely nothing to it. I think it's a really quite absurd idea. Or rather, I think that it is far more likely that the U.S. moon landing was forged and filmed in Hollywood sound studio than it is that someone else wrote those plays. I mean, anything is possible, but it depends how far out you're willing to go in imagining unlikely scenarios of conspiracy. So if you happen to love conspiracy theories, then you can go for this, but it's very unlikely.